AMHN. I don't know how to say. I don't know how to say your username there, but anyway, hi Cam. Paul warns. Thank you for your super chat, by the way. Hi Cam. Paul warns of an angel of light. Christos equals 1480, and Beliar equals 148. Isopsephy. Is it this the harmony behind 2 Corinthians 6:15 and the tithe? Can you address the other parallels between these two fishers of men?
Well, that's a deep one.
Is that Gematria? And is it Greek?
Sounds like it to me.
It's Gematria. What language is it? And we need to see the values.
Yeah, this sounds like
Isopsephy. What is isopsephy?
This sounds like the.
This is something different than Gematria. So he needs to explain what that is to us dummies.
Well, I look up the definition. Let me look up the definition. It says it is the ancient practice of adding up the numerical values of the letters in the word to find its total sum.
I think this is.
That's what we call Gematria. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
I think he's pointing to this Christ is Belial thesis, that there's like a composite. I don't know if you've seen this research, but that there's a
composite figure. I've heard about it. Yeah,
that's what he's pointing to. That the Damascus document has the fisher of men is actually Belial catching people in the hooks and the snares.
Yeah,
and that maybe
I think you run into some real problems of dating. Barbateering has tried that. Eisenman to some degree with James and Jesus, as he would say, if he existed. He used to talk like that. So, but it's anyway.
Yeah, it's a theory that kind of goes off the train tracks and I think it overreads into the
Gematria
story in Mark.
Yeah, sorry. Gematria does have some validity here and there, and you can show where it does exist and it's full and it's worked out. But what you begin to get is mathematically is all kinds of possibilities. Where a few years ago, there were best-selling books about Torah codes, and where you could find your whole life written in the Torah, your birth date, your death date, everything. It's just crazy stuff, kind of like a horoscope kind of thing. So. But that's not just Gematria. There's all kinds of Gematria where the name for Satan might be the same number as the name for Messiah or something like that. In that case, that's not the case, but you get these kind of, like Nakash, I think, has the same Gematria as Messiah. I think. I'm trying to go by memory here. So these are just letter games, adding up numbers.
Well, what the idea also engages in is the Beelzebul pericope in Mark. That's right. The idea is like, oh well, he's admitting he's Beelzebub. I'm like, I don't really see how that works.
That Jesus is or Paul is?
Jesus. That's the idea. But Jesus is denying it. Like he's accused of deriving his powers from the demon.
Yeah, he obviously denies it.
Yeah. So that doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, if anything, again, with this theory that we were discussing earlier with the anti-sacrificial and even flesh consumption position, and then this whole idea of the fishermen and everything in the Gospels, it's funny because everybody thinks that Jesus is like this, miraculous fisherman helping the disciples fish, but it's not in the earliest account, right? In Mark, he just calls the disciples and they leave their nets and follow him. So I think there's a little bit there with this idea of, even Satan being seen as this like fisherman hooking and snaring and this and that. I think there's a Coptic gospel or a Coptic gospel of Peter or something like that actually portrays it's very similar to John 21. But they're led into the desert actually. And in the desert, it's actually Satan who's got nets and he's trying to catch fish and stuff. And it's kind of this whole interesting thing. So
Tony Burke and his team are now, what are they on their 4th volume of New Testament Apocrypha? They're these beautiful volumes, quite expensive. And if you just had James or one of the other little summaries of the old New Testament Apocrypha, you haven't seen anything yet. There's like a lot more. and it's all down through the Middle Ages, and all the things that happen to stories are just unbelievable. You know,
Right.
they're just endless. But what we just have to do is separate things out as we can, and that's their dating and so forth.